Welcome to Carolina Real Estate. Today we're at 422 Front Street in the Historic District of Georgetown, South Carolina. And we're visiting with Jayroe and Rhonda Bryant of Prince George Sotheby's International Realty. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Good morning.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Big day. A very celebratory day.
Yep.
I'm sure you all have big plans today.
Absolutely.
A lot going on a Sunday. And
Yep.
what about being here? This magnificent home.
This isn't a bad place to spend Mother's Day morning.
Absolutely not. Just out here, and of course, to see the formal gardens, to see the two guest cottages, it's really a treat.
It is a treat.
Thank you.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's so wonderful.
Well, thank you for allowing us to show it to you.
Very
today.
definitely,
Yeah.
very definitely. And of course, for viewers that have not been down to Georgetown in a long time, a lot's going on in Georgetown.
Georgetown is a little historic town, and there's just not many places in America that you can find the history and charm that we have in Georgetown. You know, we're a small city.
Yeah.
You know, around 9,000 homeowner property
Residents
in Georgetown.
Right.
And so we're a small city, but we're so close proximity to Charleston. We're 60 miles north of Charleston, about 35 miles south of Myrtle Beach.
Right.
So we kind of have it all in Georgetown.
Geographically, a very large county. I believe I saw it was the fourth largest county in the state of South Carolina, about 1,000 square miles. So a lot that happens, and folks have to travel. I mean, if you're driving down from Myrtle Beach, it's a good 40-minute drive. You said 35-mile drive. It's a good 40-minute drive, and only a little over an hour down to Charleston.
Down to Charleston. You know, we're a seaport town. This town was founded in 1729 and became a seaport entry in 1732.
Okay.
Georgetown was famous for its indigo and rice, and we were the top producer of rice in the country.
Is that right,
yes,
Carol?
we are.
That's a proud point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, particularly for two, is it Georgetonians? Is
I
that
would say so.
Georgetownians?
Oh, yeah.
I better be careful
I
what I
say
say.
Georgetonians.
Two local, y'all are natives actually of the city of Georgetown.
Yes, we are.
And sisters.
And
And
wow, and
sisters.
sisters, you let the cat out of the bag. It's not only Mother's Day, it's Sister Day.
That's right. Sister
Yeah.
Day. It's always Sister Day.
And
It's
it
Sister
is
Day every day.
Sister
Yeah.
Day every day.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. To have thought you could have lived anywhere. I mean, you obviously recognize there are a lot of wonderful places up and down the East Coast you could have been,
Right.
but decided to make the hometown you grew up in your permanent home.
You know, traveling all over the country, you always come back. You always want to come back home, and Georgetown is our home, and we're proud to live here, work here, raise our families here,
Very definitely.
and it's been good.
And the opportunity to affiliate with Sotheby's Realty, Sotheby's International Realty, Prince George Sotheby's International Realty has a great history as well. I mean, that is just the opportunity associated with a company like Sotheby's.
Well, it is, and you know, Sotheby's, the auction house in 1744,
Right.
is known for housing prestigious and works of art, and the Sotheby's Realty brand provides just a different marketing for our
Truly.
clients,
Yeah.
and we are worldwide. We're in 50 countries,
Right.
and 13,000 sales associates that we can integrate with.
Wow.
We're not just here. Many of our clients, this is not their first home, so
Right,
they may want
right.
something in Telluride, Colorado, for instance, and
Sure.
we'll pick up the phone and call our friends there and refer to that.
So many folks have primary residences here or even second or third homes in the greater Georgetown area. I mean, you think about lots of plantations in Georgetown County, up and down the waterway, whether the Black River, the PD River, magnificent estates, folks that have really made this almost their home full time because they spend so much time up here.
And we've also become like a little bedroom community for fishermen and hunters on the weekends. Several little smaller homes downtown have sold to folks that just come on the weekends and like to fish, and you know, so
I believe it.
Yeah.
It's rare to have on Mother's Day to have some things going on in town. You wouldn't want viewers to have the feeling. I mean, this is very rare to have some noise going on in the background.
Yes, it is
but
rare.
It's particularly exciting. Obviously, there was an emergency. They needed to get it fixed.
Right.
They're going to do it. That highlights for a town. It's not just a town. It's a city that has deep resources And if something goes wrong, if there's a water leak or something happens, they're quickly going to move on it. It's very important to remember that.
That's
Oftentimes in a small community wouldn't have those deep resources, but a city that's as old as you said, I think 1729, they're going to make things happen, even on Mother's Day.
Even on Mother's Day.
Absolutely.
Poor guys, I'm sorry, but
I know.
some things just have to get done.
They have to be working, very definitely. Well, you know, I think you mentioned earlier today, Carol, you've got a partner with Prince George Sotheby's International Realty. Share us a little bit about how you and Philip got together.
Okay. My former life, I was a banker. I was a banker for about 25 years. And I've known Philip for many, many years. He's lived in Georgetown over 25 years.
Wow.
And knew him as a personal friend.
Right.
And we just got together and bought the real estate company together.
Yeah.
And we are general brokerage. We don't, we sell in Georgetown, Horry County, Williamsburg County, other counties other than Georgetown as well.
Right.
Philip is I say he leads a double life.
Oh, wow. Is he okay with you saying that?
Oh, he's good. He's good.
He's okay.
Right.
He's a fabulous partner, and he's fabulous in the real estate business, but he's also a professional singer-songwriter.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Is that right?
He performs and writes songs for a lot of famous songwriters. And
I think I saw that on y'all's website with Hootie and the Blowfish, Edwin McCain.
Edwin McCain, and Darius Rucker, and you just never know who's going to be on the other end of the phone when the phone rings at the office. It may be someone wanting to sell real estate or buy real estate or him to write a song for
or cut a big music. That is fabulous.
So we get spoiled. We get spoiled because we get to hear the songs first.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Do you give him a little critiquing there, a little back and forth?
Well, no.
He doesn't need that.
He doesn't need that. No, he's good.
He comes to work with his guitar instead of his briefcase, okay?
Well, that's great that he's able to really have that double life and to be out. That probably opens the door for potential clients as well as opportunities to expand Prince George Sotheby's International Realty.
He's talented and colorful to say the least. So I'm sorry he was not able to be with us today, but
I know.
I think he may still be in Nashville.
Is that right? Yeah, he probably is. He probably is. Well, when we think about the Historic District, before we get into the virtual tour, I understand, Carol, you're willing to give viewers a little sense if they were here with us today, what they would find here in the main house as well as the two cottages and the gardens.
Sure.
But real quick about the Historic District. It is it principally just this Front Street area, or it goes a little more than that?
You know, the Historic District is about 16 blocks downtown Georgetown.
Right.
And we're on the National Register of Historic Places.
Okay. Right.
And which means that we try to maintain the integrity of the historic properties, and there are guidelines for that. We have an architectural review board that helps property owners in the historic district assist them in maintaining the integrity of these beautiful properties.
Right.
We are in this house right across the street from the harbor.
Right.
The Sanpete River is right across the street.
Right.
And we're just 2 blocks down from Front Street, which is on a harbor walk. We have a harbor walk, which is right on the water with restaurants and museums. And you can't come to Georgetown without visiting one of our museums.
Very definitely.
And some of the wonderful restaurants as well.
Great restaurants and delis, and the Swamp Fox Players, I believe.
They have a new production
here,
that's going to be up next week. So that's we do have a lot of culture here as well to be such a small town.
Absolutely, very definitely. You know, you think about that and trying to find communities that have something like this. I can't name anything like it up and down, at least in the Palmetto State. I mean, there's really nothing like Georgetown.
One of a kind.
Hidden
treasure.
Yes. A hidden treasure, much like this magnificent home.
Yes.
Would you be willing now, Carol, to go ahead and give viewers a little virtual tour if they were here with us today? What they'd experience at 422 Front Street? And of course, you and your sister particularly know this home because you walk by here almost every day.
We walk every morning. Early in the morning, you will find us walking the streets, and we walk walking the streets.
Yeah, here we go.
We get up and we walk about 6:30, and we actually walk by here, check our signs, make sure it's straight. Just it's on our path. And
we're funny about our signs.
And there's a few other Prince George SIR signs.
And we walk by those too,
Yeah.
make sure they're straight. And then, we walk every morning for about an hour.
Right.
Catch up.
Like we never see each other.
I mean, we don't see each
that's
other.
right. Y'all are not next door to each other, blocked from
We're
each
a block
other.
from each other.
Right, so there is a little separation.
And then we're together all day at work.
Yes, golly. And real quick, before we get into that, work is, the office is located at, is it 6500 Ocean Highway?
In Holly's Island.
Okay, so very easy to find. If anyone's traveling down from the beach, I expect with most people they'll come in, either they fly in or drive in. I mean, they can find you right there off of...
right off Highway 17.
Off of Highway 17. Very easy to find. Well, let's get to it on the virtual tour, Carol.
All right. We will begin with the front porch veranda.
Yes.
And as you see, we are sitting on the front porch here. And it is a wraparound porch, which is quintessential for a southern home.
Oh, yeah.
The home is circa 1910.
Okay, great.
The owners purchased it around 2000 and did a total renovation top to bottom.
Wow.
We do have, there is a two-story home with a cellar below, which is not, which is pretty unusual for downtown Georgetown. There's a nice underneath cellar as well.
Right. That's important to know.
The owners of the property did a magnificent job of traveling worldwide to finding some intriguing whatnots or knickknacks or anything that you may see in this house may have come from all over the world. So you're going to feel like you're taking a trip around the world as we enter the front door.
Like a museum almost, to a great degree. It's incredible.
It really is.
Yeah.
As you enter the grand foyer, you'll see a little whimsical pattern on the floor, which is a little unusual for a home of this type. However, it does add a little levity to it, I think. It's whimsical. And to your left is, I call it a gentleman's room. It could be a library. It's very warm, cozy, has moldings from Mexico that are just beautiful. And interestingly enough, it has a wool tartan plaid wall covering.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, and of course, you can't forget to look at the beautiful light fixtures all throughout the house. And here's one.
They are stunning. And look at this.
They really are. And you leave the gentleman's room, which is on the front of the house. And I think being on the front of the house, it certainly deserves a front and center.
Very prominent location.
Because it's so pretty. Maybe my favorite room in the house, the dining room. I'm a dining room person. It's large enough to seat your company, and it is bright. It's again on the front of the house. It's bright, and it has a Italian velvet silk wall covering, which is scrumptious. There's just no other word to describe that. And of course, the chandelier from Spain is so complimentary to the wall covering as well.
It truly is. Wow.
So pretty. Most southern homes, we do a lot of entertaining, as you well know, in our little town here. And a butler's pantry is almost a must in a house of this sort. The butler's pantry, you take the dining room to the kitchen is a nice, spacious butler's pantry where food preparation can be out of the way.
Sure. Very definitely. This is wonderful.
Then the kitchen
area.
The kitchen.
It almost doesn't feel like a kitchen.
It does, and it feels like another room in the house. It's the way it's set up, and of course, don't have to tell you that it does have nice stellar appliances. They're fabulous. But the attention to detail in this kitchen and with the breakfast room overlooking the formal gardens.
Look out here. Wow.
How could you not love looking at that in the morning?
Even during the day, at night, all the time.
Really, that's true. It's lit. It's lit very well at night.
Yes.
And the kitchen looks into I call it the grand parlor. Nothing more to say than the grand parlor.
You almost could stop the interview at this grand parlor.
Oh, yes.
This is one of a kind. We could just hang out in here today.
Yes,
on Mother's Day or any day,
The grand parlor has a lot of different touches to it. I guess the focal point, I would say, is the mantelpiece. That is 1830s, we believe, and hand carved from Mexico. And it's just magnificent. It's gas logs, and you flip a switch, and you've got a cozy little area in there.
Fantastic,
And another detail, interestingly enough, about the grand parlor is wainscoting on the bottom of the on the bottom of the walls. We feel like that is the owners think that came from a synagogue in Spain.
Oh, really?
And it's a linen fold design, so it really looks like a piece of folded linen. It does. It's really unique.
Yes, and these light fixtures in here are beautiful as well. Not to digress from that, but I mean, I'm standing here and taking this in. It's incredible.
This property is a work of art all the way through. It certainly is. Yeah.
These owners have gone to great lengths, sparing really nothing here, as you said. I mean, there's the modern aspects throughout the house, surely in the kitchen area and throughout, but then very detailed antiquities here.
Absolutely.
That you really just almost can't describe. You have to come take the time to visit. And speaking of that, if a viewer needs to get out of the house right now or move on, what's the best way for someone to get in touch with you all to have a chance to come see this house live time?
They can call us at our office, Prince George Sotheby's International Realty, at 237-7711.
Great. 843-237-7711. Well, we got about 9 minutes, Carol, so that gives us an opportunity to continue going through the house. I didn't mean to digress, but I just want to make sure to get the phone number out while we had a chance. Of course, people could find the home online at sothebysrealty.com. You said it's sothebysrealty.com, and there's a plethora of ways, either typing in Georgetown, South Carolina, or Front Street, or by bedroom or bath. I mean, there's really a lot of ways to find this home.
There are, and sothebysrealty.com is the website that you can actually search by lifestyle.
Oh, great.
And perhaps you're sitting in Florida and you want a property on the East Coast, and a historic property on the East Coast in South Carolina.
Yes.
This home will pop up. So people search by lifestyle very much, and we do realize that our first showing of property is on the website.
Oh yeah, very definitely. A lot of folks spend time on there, and they probably come in with photos that they've printed off from the website or done other things like that, where they really have it in their mind. This is the home they want. They want to see this home. It's a great thing. Go ahead, Carol, please.
Okay. Off of the grand parlor, of course, modern day amenity, another is a home management system. Obviously, we all need that. So there's a little home management area that leads up to the elevator area. The elevator goes to the top floor. However, I'm going to take you upstairs through the grand staircase.
Let's go up the stairs.
Okay. When you hit the top of the stairs, you see another light fixture that's awesome. And there's a nice little sitting area on the landing. So you've got a little room there, space to read a book or whatever. And the 2 bedrooms upstairs, we have the master suite with
it just goes on and on.
That's
incredible.
Isn't that nice?
Y'all, wow.
The sitting area is just on the front of the house as well. You get lots of natural light in the sitting area in the master suite. Then you have the master bedroom, and of course you can't forget the luxurious bath. Yes,
you really do. With also wonderful views out here on the formal garden area. That's right. I mean, it's throughout.
And your second bedroom is just as nicely detailed as the master bedroom. It is, and has a separate bathroom as well.
Yes. This is a magnificent layout.
So the question is, how can you make a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath house turn into a 5-bedroom?
5.5 bath. That's right.
That's right.
How do you do that, Carol?
Well, it's magic.
Oh, here we are. On Mother's Day or any day.
We can do magic.
This is what sisters do.
This is what we do. We create.
Well, that's
it's magic.
Spend more time with y'all.
Yeah.
The property owners do such a good job of properties. This is not their first renovation.
Okay, great. That's very important.
They've done this quite often, and they have it down to a science.
Yeah.
They built as we go through the formal gardens in the property, you'll see the lush landscaping, and we have color all year round. There's never a season that you can't be in this yard and enjoy the landscaping. There's room for a pool. There's certainly room for a pool in this backyard.
If they wanted to. That's
Absolutely.
right. Do many of the homes within the historic district have pools? Okay, good. So there's an opportunity for that. You've also got a great family YMCA very close by with a magnificent setup, access to, and other gyms and fitness facilities. We want to make sure at a city of 9,000, there are a lot of great amenities for people who look at this as primary residence or as a second or third home.
Absolutely.
Right, right. Not to pull you away from, I think you were heading to one of the beautiful cottages.
I believe we were going to the guest cottage.
Okay.
We're winding through the beautiful yard, the beautiful landscape yard, and we will go to the guest cottage.
Okay, great.
The guest cottage is 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. Right. Actually, it's a separate house that the owners purchased and totally renovated to accommodate a larger bedroom facility, which they wanted here. And you know, guest houses are so prominent now that most people would rather a guest house than extra bedrooms in their own house.
In a bigger home. Absolutely.
Yeah. You can close it off when you're not using it, and then your guests have a private area as well.
Right.
They certainly did not let any attention to detail go there as well.
Truly not, yeah.
A lot of South African touches in there. They travel to South Africa quite often.
Right. And
it's just as cute as it can be.
It really is.
And gardens on the outside of that as well. They're overlooking the gardens as well.
Well, this is a good, you'd say about, is it an acre? Is it more than an acre? I mean, the entire layout, is it a little less? Not to put you on the spot, a little less. It's tough for me to gauge it because it just seems to go on and on where we are right now. I'm sure viewers can get a feel what's behind you there. I mean, it really is magnificently laid out. It's probably one of the bigger lots here in town.
Probably so, yeah.
And you all walk by a lot of them, so you
we walk by a lot of them, yes.
That's right, Rhonda. That's right.
Leaving the guest house, the guest cottage, we will go to the, I call it the garden cottage because it is in the gardens.
Yes.
And Rhonda and I have talked so much about this house. We love it. We love everything about it. And the yard reminds us of The Secret Garden, the little book that your children read when they were in the 1st or 2nd grade. I can't remember.
That's right.
And you do feel like you're in The Secret Garden because it's captivating.
Yeah.
The garden cottage that was a new structure. The owners built that when they did the renovation.
This garden cottage is entirely new.
Entirely new. Right. And currently the owners are using it as an office. However, we call it a bedroom because it's a bedroom, full bath, and a kitchenette.
Right.
So it has so many multiple uses. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
Office, mother-in-law suite, anything you want it to do.
From each of the places, whether you're here in the main house looking down on the gardens, looking at either of the cottages, or at either of the cottages looking back up at the main house, you've really got a sense of it's all together, but it's far enough apart so that folks could be family, extended family could come and stay and have a little time away from their parents or away from their siblings. Obviously, you all get along very well, but not, you can have a little space as well. You guys live a block from each other, I believe.
We have another sister, and she's in Texas. We put her out there. No, I'm kidding.
Send her packing.
Send her out.
That's right.
I'm kidding.
She's going to watch this today on Mother's Day and wonder about her sister.
She will be here next week, actually.
Okay, good. That's wonderful. That's great. You know, it is... for viewers, I'm sure as they see something like this, they know this is an opportunity for a special buyer to come in here who really wants to do something unique. The opportunity to either live here year-round or to have this as a second home. You've got buyers of all types.
We do, and this house you could actually, live here. You could rent the guest cottage if you would like, or you could sell it. There's nothing.
You can even sell the guest cottage out here.
You can sell that. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that says you cannot sell that.
Okay,
absolutely.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
If a viewer was interested, possibly, do you mind sharing with viewers about the price there, Carol?
Absolutely. We have priced this house for sale at $1,500,000.
Okay, that's fantastic. Of course, viewers on Mother's Day or any day can take the time to go online to Sotheby'sRealty.com or to pick up the phone and give you a call at 843-237-7711.
Right.
Happy Mother's Day again, ladies, and thank you for letting us come down and visit with you. This is very special.
Thank you for having us.
Very definitely. Stay tuned to more Carolina Real Estate coming up next. Welcome back to Carolina Real Estate. We want to thank Jayroe and Rhonda Bryant with Prince George Sotheby's International Realty for opening up the doors to this amazing home and the cottages here at 422 Front Street in the Historic District of Georgetown, South Carolina. To learn more about the house, to have the chance to see it live time, give them a call at 843-237-7711 or go online to sothebysrealty.com. Our featured website this week is georgetownrealestate.com. If you take the time to go online, you'll see it has access to all the homes, condos, land, anything commercial, multifamily here in the city of Georgetown, the county of Georgetown, the entire surrounding area of the Greater Coastal Carolinas Association of Realtors. As you can see here on our homepage, you've got access to this home right here on the homepage at georgetownrealestate.com. Click it. As you see rotating photos, some of the magnificent photos taken by Prince George Sotheby's International Realty. And if you're looking for real estate, look for Carolina Real Estate.